I've been up since 5 a.m. and it's now, dark outside, and I am still going. I went to work and I came home, taught some classes, and now we are on forward and onward with this Excel training because I want to teach you about functions. I can't wait to teach you about functions. This is how excited I am to teach you about functions, even though I am going on to. Really, it's not that bad. I'm making it out like it's bad. I'm going on to 16 hours and 27 minutes and 9 seconds, 13 seconds, 14 seconds, 15 seconds, 16 seconds. That's how many hours, minutes, and seconds I've been awake. And every time I refresh this, it recalculates from the time I woke up, 4:48 a.m., to the current time, 21:16, which is, I'm going to cheat. Look at my clock in the bottom right corner, 9:16 p.m. Not too bad, but getting near my bedtime if I'm going to be waking up at 5. It calculates, these functions calculate the hours I've been awake, the minutes I've been awake, the seconds I've been awake. And here are those functions right here. So just what is the difference between a formula and a function? Basically, here it is. A formula is any mathematical equation you write. And a function is any mathematical equation which is already written for you. It's been written for you, and they are all here under formulas. You could find some of them here under the home ribbon, and then under auto sum here you could find the basic ones, and you can find those basic ones again right here, right? But most of the functions, all the other functions are right here and right here, pretty much. To see the complete comprehensive list of all the functions, you go to Insert Function right there. So let's take a look at some functions and see how they work. I'm going to show you some basic functions, some financial functions, VLOOKUP, some conditional logic using the if function, some conditional formatting, and also using the if-error function to create a dynamic spreadsheet. Cool stuff. So here we have a bunch of different figures, just some change, and we want to sum all that up. So I simply go up here and I choose Sum. And it selects the range right up there. A range is a selection of cells. When we have a range, this is how we create the notation for the range. This will be the top cell or the top left cell, either one if there's more, and this will be the bottom cell or the bottom right cell. So let me show you real quickly what that would look like. If we had this range, and I'm going to highlight that with some color so we can see it, we would refer to this range as J4:09. So if I was to write that reference, it would be J4:09. And that's what that reference would look like. That would refer to that range right there. So it's whatever is in the top left corner, J4, whatever's in the bottom right corner, or the bottom one. So I'm going to hit Control Z to clear that out. Control Z, Control Z, there we go. And now I'm going to once again sum this up just that easily. Choose Sum, select the range, drag over it using the point and click method, hit Enter, and it's summed up all of the change up above. What if I wanted the average? It's just this easy. Notice it selected just that cell. I don't want that. I want the average of this, so I just drag over it. If I wanted to, I could actually hold down Control and select a non-contiguous region and get the average of both of those. But I don't want that, so I could click up here and manually edit out that reference right there. And now it's just going to select this. As you can see, it's highlighted. And I hit Enter, and there is my average of all the change up above. What if I wanted a count of all the ones up there? Count numbers. I'm going to count how many different numbers are up there. It should give me 19. What if I wanted to know the max value? Give me the max value in that list. 98. What if I wanted to know the min value? Give me the min value in that list. 55. Very cool. There's a couple of count functions which I thought were interesting to point out. So I put a little descriptor of what each one does right here. And this count function is the same as that count function, so I won't repeat it, but you could read its description right there. There's also count A, which will count up the number of cells in a range that are not empty. We find the count functions under More Functions, Statistical, Count A. And when we bring this one up, it brings up a function dialog box. So a function dialog box will tell us a little bit about the function. So here it says counts the number of cells in a range that are not empty. That describes the function. And then it'll also tell us when we click in these different possible fields where we could enter things, it'll tell us what that does. Value 1, 2, dot, 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 are 1 to 255 arguments representing the values in cells you want to count. Values can be any type of information. So we'll learn more about these function dialog boxes as we work through this stuff. This is the count A argument. I'm going to count up F3. Let's just highlight that and come out here and drag to make sure we get the right ones. F3 through 21 and hit OK. There's 19 cells, but as I start to empty out that are not blank, but as I start to empty out some of these cells, right, that count changes because now there are some that are blank. So there's only 13 that are not blank now. You'll notice I got a little green arrow there. What's that mean? If I click in that cell, I get a little exclamation point. Doesn't look so good. I click on that and it says formula refers to empty cells. Well, that's okay. I'm not going to worry about that. If I wanted to turn off my error checking options, I just come down here, error checking options, and I could read through these to see, which one I would uncheck so I don't see that error anymore. And I'm going to look for the one that says formula is referring to empty cells. I'm going to uncheck that, and then my little triangle went away. Let's try count if. Go here, statistical, count if. Counts the number of cells in a range that meet a given condition. So I'm going to say I want to count this range right there. And what is the criteria? I want to say that all of the cells have to be greater than 500 to be counted. How many of these are greater than 500? 10. 10 are greater than 500. And finally, if I wanted to count blank, kind of the opposite of count A, which counts the ones that aren't blank, I could go there, and then I'm going to choose my range, take the range that's in there out, drag over the range I want, and hit OK. And now I've got 6 cells that have been counted. Let's look at some financial functions. So here's a payment function. Let's say you wanted to calculate a loan.